Ashadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashaduhu Muhammadan Rasulullah. He said to me that all my past sins were erased, and I myself felt so happy, clean, newborn, and so much peace. It was one of the best feelings I've had in my life. I've been a Muslim for over 10 years, ever since 2009, and I have no regrets. My name is Ruth Abraha, and I'm from Sweden. Here is my Revert story. There was something in me that always questioned things when it came to certain things, like how can I taste food? How did I get here? As in my existence. And what happens when we die? Is this going to be a black screen or something? All those things that I think of when I was very young. I was 6 to 7 years old. And then later on, I discovered that my family were Christians, so I always thought that I'm going to stick by it because it's my family's religion. But throughout my years of living, I heard some things about Islam here and there, and I mostly reacted negatively about it, but somehow felt it was real or the truth inside of me without me even understanding it. Like everyone else whom haven't reverted to Islam, I also found some things odd and weird, such as believing that women even wears the hijab when they're home and taking a shower with it. Or there is a song called Give Thanks to Allah, and me and my brother always thought how funny he sounded like when the artists were reciting in Arabic. Like back then, we both didn't think and understood the meaning of those verses. And since I truly want to be a faithful Christian, every time that the religion mentioned our Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I always thought of him as our enemy against our religion. To be perfectly honest, I could go on forever on how many signs Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me. But one of the biggest signs was when I was becoming a preteen/teenager. I remember back in 6th grade, I had 3 classmates that were actually Muslims, and there was a school theme where they made kind of like newspapers or something special to share with the classmates, and they made a topic Ramadan. I remember the description where it said that you don't eat anything in the morning until the sunset. And I always wondered, how can you not eat anything for a whole day? So when I started 7th grade, I guess I was in denial of those signs and I always thought to myself that I'm a Christian and that is my religion. End of story. But no matter how hard I tried to be a practical Christian with my belief, my heart didn't believe in it. How can I believe in something when I kept questioning about it? My biggest question I had in my head was, how can God have a son? So despite my efforts in 8th grade, I was extremely close to have the mindset of an atheist because I didn't know what I was supposed to believe in. When I was getting to the 9th grade, I became depressed. The depression came out of nowhere, and at first I thought I was depressed because I was so alone in my time on junior high school year. But I realized soon that that wasn't the reason. This might sound odd, but somewhere in my heart said that Islam is the truth and Christianity isn't. I kind of also sensed of what's haram without me having knowledge of it. Like, I never liked caring so much on what to wear and look when I get outside, and I never felt good about it either. Somehow I kind of felt filthy about it, to be honest. I also noticed of the consequences when a woman isn't covering herself up. She gets unwanted attention, and I'm the kind of person who don't like being noticed. I also never liked partying, and I wasn't so much of a fan of drinking, nor did I want to try it. Once, the school's meal was blood pudding, and that was back then one of my favorite foods, so I was excited to eat it. But when I didn't enjoy it, almost like it was wrong for me to eat pig flesh. And I even said that the path I was taking, I'm going to burn in hell for it. And I was only 15 back then. So obviously, since I was so young and had nothing to confirm what I felt, I wasn't sure what I was feeling was accurate or just temporary. But luckily for me, with Allah's guidance, I found the answers and confirmations I was looking for. My older brother, who became a Muslim approximately 5 months before I did. I remember I saw him looking through Islamic things online, and I also saw the change in him when he became a Muslim. I wasn't sure at the time if he became a Muslim, but I did sense that my brother felt much better spiritually. He changed for the better. I was pretending to just mind my own business while looking through the computer when my brother at times had conflicts with the family about his new lifestyle. I also remember that I was extremely supportive of my brother's choice rather than against it. I even told him he had my support, and eventually I came to him from time to time asking him about the questions I had about, like, the purpose of this life. A lot of his answers made sense, and it just felt right. I even remember he was looking through an Islamic Swedish website, and just looking at it, it felt good and peaceful somehow. So one day, I told him that I want to become a Muslim. He wrote down the Shahada on a piece of paper, and I said those words, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhaduhu Muhammadan Rasulullah. He said to me that all my past sins were erased, and I myself felt so happy, clean, newborn, and so much peace. It was one of the best feelings I've had in my life. I've been a Muslim for over 10 years, ever since 2009, and I have no regrets. Life and choices always turned out for the better than what I initially was gonna do before I became a Muslim. And of course, there were and are still struggles here and there, as you should expect once you do accept Islam, but the test Allah gives you is never something negative. It's always so you can earn His reward of your struggles, and it shows Allah truly loves and cares for His slaves. This life is so not worthy of living it to the fullest until you die. I never believed in that mindset, to be honest. Life is not about wasting it while doing everything Allah has forbidden you until you die. It's all about serving Him that you were created for, and your reward for that will be your eternal life in paradise. Allahu Akbar. Thank you for listening to my Revert story. I hope this will inspire others and make them understand what Islam truly does to people, and not those bad things people think Islam is about.